this episode of Black Mountain Paranormal Society.
Welcome to tonight's episode of Black Mountain Paranormal Society. I'm Zombie.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Holly. And we're here at the Harry M. Caudill Memorial Library in Whitesburg, Kentucky, where many claims have been said through the years by workers here, one being right behind us, an apparition being caught on camera. Now, at first we did think this was photoshopped until the original owner actually works here and I got to see that raw picture. So it absolutely is real, guys. So we're hoping tonight we can actually catch that with the evidence from cameras, audio. We got all of our equipment here tonight. We're excited to investigate and see what claims we can validate through our investigation. I'm sitting here with Alita, and we're going to talk about the history of the library and what used to be here before. Having the history of a location is vital in investigation because we can actually validate information that we get during a case. So the history, when was this building actually built?
The building we're in right now was built in 1971, and it was a Hobbs 5 and dime to start with. And then we took over in around 1984. Mm-hmm. Before that, it was another department store that had burned to the ground, and before that, from what I understand, it was the site for a halfway house.
Okay, so there is a lot of history here in the town of Whitesburg, Kentucky. We're hopefully going to talk to other people and get some more in-depth information about the location. The building itself is not very old, but anybody in the paranormal field knows that sometimes activity is not always because of a building, but the location.
Hey, I'm Tyrell Miller. I've been working here for a little over a year now. I'm the one that took the picture of the ghost that was right about here. And I've had a lot of experiences here, stuff from just hearing people talking, from footsteps to having office doors slammed shut behind me, and lots of other things. I get weird feelings in the back of my head sometimes just walking through this area, just all kinds of strange things.
I'm here with Tessa. She's been with the library for 4 years, and Josh. And they both experienced things here at the library. And Tessa, I wanted to bring you over here to tell us about some of the experiences you've had in this spot.
Sure. It was late. We had been working a program downstairs. We brought the elevator up, just the two of us. It was dark up here. When I got to this corner, Josh was behind me, and from over in the corner, I heard a lady just sigh, and I could tell that it was a woman right away. But I didn't say anything. I thought maybe it had come noise from next door or one of the computers. But when Josh got up to this same corner, tell him what you saw.
Got about right there where you're standing and just kind of stopped and looked, halted, and she went on. Didn't really say anything. Got up to the front where she was very hastily putting all of her stuff in her bag, and I was like, what's going on? You know, we was trying to get to the bar straight side across get some dinner. And about that time we got to the exit, and you know, I told her, I was like, "Tess, babe," I said, I felt real sick when I looked in that corner. I said, did you experience anything? And I said, you know, that was a weird feeling. And that's when she told me about hearing the sigh.
And as we got in between the two sets of doors to go outside, and I told him about hearing the woman from right next to us in a completely different part of the building, we heard her again, just the same thing.
And it was about as close as from us to you.
And we left really quickly.
Yeah, very good.
I say so. We're going to head downstairs and talk about some of the other experiences that Tessa had in the building. And we're going to talk to other people who work here as well on some of the experiences that might coincide with what everybody else experiences and what we might experience tonight. So Josh, you've had experiences in the men's bathroom before. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. It was probably one of Tessa's first years here, and we had come in early one morning. Library hadn't quite opened up yet, and I went to the bathroom to do my thing, and I was in there reading. I kind of heard like muffled voices, a muffled male voice. Didn't really think nothing of it until I heard a female voice, kind of muffled, kind of laughed. Didn't really think nothing about it. Thought the library had opened up and Tessa was talking to some patrons. Come back out, all the lights were off in the library, and she was sitting up at the circulation desk, and I was really freaked out by the incidents, and I asked her, I was like, you know, who you talking to? And she just kind of gave me that weird look like, nobody. So that was actually one of my first ever real paranormal experiences.
So mostly what I get is a feeling when I'm in the library by myself at night, getting ready to leave, and I feel this sudden urge to run. It's just a panic, like I'm not supposed to be here. The other thing is one of my employees who isn't here tonight. She was here during a board meeting, sitting outside of the board meeting back in that corner, and she was talking loudly while the board meeting was going on, and a book actually fell off the shelf, and it said, "Quiet, they're listening." We took it as kind of prophetic.
Near Christmas, we were doing a display for our window upstairs, and for part of it we painted on a yoga ball. We had it sitting in the chair. It had been there drying for over 24 hours. And my coworker and I were in the next room working on a project, and I heard it hit the floor. And so I came over to check, and sure enough, it was across the room, but I knew that there was no way that it should have come out of the chair. So we checked the security footage from the cameras, and you can see the ball actually shift to the right before it finally comes out of the chair about 10 minutes later.
We were here last night, and we were sitting in this room, and we'd left the back doors unlocked, so we heard what we thought was a door shut, and then footsteps and
A woman's voice.
Yeah. So we thought that somebody had came in, so we came out to look for them to tell them that the library was closed, and after walking all up and down the hallway and checking in every room here, we didn't find anything
There's
at all.
nobody there.
A few months ago, I was walking into my office here, and I got about right here and was turning to go to my computer when this office door slammed shut behind me. And I have CDs and pictures and other such things hanging on the wall. Everything in this room rattled. It slammed so hard. Tessa could hear me across the hall. I would not step foot in this room for the rest of the day.
So we've decided to do the EVP session with everyone here. Everyone here has had experiences with us tonight, and this is one of the things that we do on our investigations. I wanted to show you guys that that we do involve our client. But anyway, since these guys have had experiences here, that's why they're here with us tonight. Josh, you set up the FLIR cam right here in the area where the apparition was caught on camera. So we're gonna do an EVP session. One of the things I do, guys, is I set good intentions out, and I will tell you that Spirit knows what kind of person you are before you enter the building. So a lot of times we just want to show respect to the spirits, because we're not here to do any harm, and we're not here to make them go away, and we're here out of respect. So there will be no provoking, and just being respectful.
If only I could count them on my statistics.
I'm going to ask any spirits in the building to please come and join us.
If you come near this green light, there's more lights that'll come on the K2 meter.
Oh.
You just saw a whole bunch of lights. Is that supposed to happen when you drop it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it does.
Don't drop me. I'll leave you laying there. But if a spirit comes around, these lights will light up. And the more they light up, the closer the presence is.
The screen, can you explain what it does?
Josh, can you explain the FLIR camera?
The different colors are different temperatures. So if you point it at whatever you point the crosshairs in, will give you the temperature. So if something were to pass in front of it, we may pick up something that way. It also does sound. So we can get, if we get an EVP on this recorder, we may get it on the thermal camera, and we might get it on this camera here too.
Yeah, the different colors, it'll be, the warmer it is, it'll be like red, colors like that. And then if it's a cold spot, it'll be a blue color.
It's a note too. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up or not, but you can see the lights from the bar over here.
Yeah.
If there's any spirits in here with us, can you come and join us? Let us know you're here.
I don't know what it was. It might have been. I've been waiting for a pattern, but Gary, between you and I'm sorry, I don't remember what your name is. Tessa. There was a bright light that just shot up right between you two.
Can you see right here behind you over your shoulder?
That's coming from over there.
No, I saw it on the camera.
Oh, okay.
Pointing your way.
Okay.
You don't have to be afraid to come and communicate with us. We're not afraid. So if you wanted to maybe make a book fall off the shelf to let us know that you're here, I'd appreciate that.
Shadow. Look over in the window. That's pretty neat.
Yes, Gary's easily amused, guys.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
And like,
Sorry, go ahead. So I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel really uneasy to the right of me here.
well, the screen changed some. There's less red.
It does feel cool right in here.
I'm not sure if it's
Are you in the room here with us? Can you make these lights light up? It does feel cooler back this way.
Yeah, it's more orange than red now. Bunch of green.
Now, a lot of the times too is, what we talk about in the field is sometimes if you just carry on with a normal conversation, they tend to kind of chime in. And I have found sometimes that when I'm running my mouth a lot and talking, that they like to act up. Then they'll do things, and then if it stops our conversation, we'll have to turn around, look, they'll make noises or do something to let us know they're here.
The temperature is a lot cooler from behind us here. A whole lot.
I'm seeing an area in the bookshelves over there to the left is a lot cooler.
Well, the blue's been there,
Mhm.
but there's definitely more green.
okay. What do you say?
Is there any spirits in this room with us right now? If there is, do something to let us know you're here.
Sometimes, when you sit here and ask question after question after question, you'll get delayed communication. Now, I mean, there's a lot of theories on that, as you know, there's no time over on the other side. There's no existence of time. So, you know, that, like I said, there's so many theories. So what we like to do is do some EVP sessions, leave it laying on its own. That's why we have our recorder downstairs going. And we try to set our cameras like where the recorders are. That way we can make sure where everybody is. And of course, we got our security cams up to make sure that nobody's contaminating that.
The infrared up there's just went a little crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it seems like it resets.
Yeah.
We've been on a lot of cases too that it'll be so quiet that we'll think we're not going to have no evidence at all.
Yeah.
And then go back and listen and catch a good EVP.
Every investigation that we have like that, I always know we're going to go back and we're going to have some kind of good EVP, like at least one. You can show yourself to me. I'm not afraid of you. You can come and touch me. I'm okay with that. How many spirits are here? Could you recommend a book for me, please? Maybe just push one off the shelf and let me know which one I need to read. Or maybe you can push a book off that represents who you are, a name. I understand it takes a lot of energy to do that, but if you could do it, I'd really appreciate that. Maybe we could help you. Would you like that? I just heard something. A voice from my right. And it sounded like it might have been back at where the camera's set on this end.
There's a motion light over there too.
Can you speak up?
You come closer.
So if we had spirits attached to us, would they show up?
Yes. That's actually what a lot of people in the field don't realize when they're investigating is that we do bring spirits with us, and they see it as a way to come through and communicate, because not everybody gets a chance to do this.
I can hear stuff over at the bar.
I don't know if it makes any sense, and I don't know if this is connected to the female spirit that I'm picking up on, but I can get the name Martha.
Find it, Gary?
Huh? I opened the door and a big gust of wind come out and then I heard your voice.
It's like, oh!
Did you get that on film?
I swung the door up and huh?
Did you get it on film?
That was kind
He
of.
said something, big gust of wind come out of the back.
I was kind of back that way, yeah.
We won't turn out the light in the men's bathroom after we close, mostly because we don't know if there's going to be somebody or something in there.
And then it just turns it back on if you turn it off.
If there's any spirits in this room that'd like to communicate, could you make these two rods cross each other? Okay. Can you straighten them back out? Can you straighten the rods back out? Straighten them back out. You can feel them pulling.
My hands are on fire.
Straighten them out. Thank you.
Why don't you ask him to pull in toward Tessa?
Do you know Tessa? Can you point the rods towards Tessa? Move both rods towards Tessa. Move both rods towards Tessa. Do you know Tessa? You gotta move both of them. You can't just move one of them. Which one of y'all's Tessa? I'm sorry, I'm still trying to learn everybody's names. But it looks like it's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. Do you know me? If you do know me, cross the rods.
Crossed, ain't they?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I could feel like you don't.
What does it feel like though when they're doing that?
You can feel it.
Yeah. Can you reset? I'm gonna ask another question.
Do you like to stay in here because the children come in here? Is that what you like? If you like to come in here because of the kids, cross the rods.
He did say it was the one that moved the ball.
It is a kid.
Unless I go ask if it's a child.
Thank you. Are you an adult? If you're an adult, point the rods in opposite directions.
Ask if it's a child or a kid.
Are you a child? If you are, will you cross the rods for me?
must be a child. I want to get you to do something just to show the folks watching that you're not trying to manipulate it. Or try to reset them and try to make it do what you want it to do. See how fast they move.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
And you can see her hands.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Do you know Josh that I'm married to? He comes to visit all the time. Can you point these rods at him?
That's awesome.
Looks like you.
Good job. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Walk around.
Can you follow the,
I
can you
just
follow
felt
Josh
it.
with the rods?
I just
They
felt
pulled
it
big time
pull.
there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like you can feel the energy. Come over here beside me, Josh.
It's like a fish biting. That's what that feels
Mhm.
like. Can you point him at Josh?
Make sure you specify which Josh.
Can you point him at Josh that comes to visit all the time? The one that I'm married to?
Oh, wow.
That is too awesome.
I love the dowser rods.
Wow.
You're doing a good job.
That's
Oh, that was me. I twitched. Let me reset. Can you point him at Josh that I'm married to that comes to visit all the time? He likes to sit in that chair over there where you push that ball
I
out.
do. I do. That's awesome.
Can you ask it something for me? I'm
Since I don't like
damn near afraid to ask this one.
Okay.
Ask them if they're sad.
Are you sad? If you're sad, will you cross the rods?
Must be happy.
Are you happy? Will you cross the rods if you're happy?
That kid must like the library.
Mm-hmm.
The kid likes Miss Tessa.
Well, it would be awesome if you could move this ball for us too while you're talking to Miss Tessa. If you are a child, because we know sometimes spirits.
You can feel that when it pulls.
Oh yeah, it's wild.
It's gonna push him all the way around.
Very happy.
Very happy.
That's good.
Well, we're glad you're happy. We would like to interact with you. Could you move this ball for us? Can you kick it? Make it move for us? If you can do that with the dowsing rods, I'm sure you can move this ball for us. Can you kick it toward me?
Can you point these rods at Tyrell? He comes in here all the time too. He works here in the library with me.
I'm probably go on record as saying that I do not feel good at all.
Wow.
Back of your head.
What's going on?
My face is burning up,
It looks red.
He looks really sick.
and I feel like something's sitting on my chest. Like there's a knot in my throat.
You don't have the camera down here, do you?
No.
It was running out of space.
probably you should let me take you outside for a minute.
My heart rate's through the roof.
Want to take your blood pressure?
You got the cuff in here?
I know, but I can go get it. Does
Not
it feel like
getting
an
it yet.
anxiety attack?
No. I've had anxiety attacks before. It's not one of them. This is weird.
Hmm.
You wanna go outside, 15?
Yeah.
That's what happens when spirit gets real close to you, honey.
We're gonna take a break. Tyrell's feeling bad. We're gonna go out and see if we can get him some fresh air.
Want the lights? Oh, or no?
Yeah, you can turn it on.
Take it, no, I'll do it. Oh, yeah, anyway. So we just, we got Tyrell to step outside, as you've seen on video. He was feeling a little overwhelmed. Can you talk about some of the feelings he was having?
Yeah, I asked Tessa to ask a particular question when she was using the dowsing rods because at that time I started feeling very overwhelmed, like really strong feelings, and then I just started to get sick, like something was sitting on my chest, like there was a knot in my throat. My face started burning up. I went and sat down in the chair, and it just progressively got a little bit worse over time. And went outside, and Holly helped me out a little bit. And when it was over with, I was left extremely weak. Still trying to recover a little bit. So
I think when you can pan it over to me. Now, what I actually done with him was a grounding technique. Some people who don't realize they're more open to spirit is actually that some of the symptoms of what goes on, and everybody's different. For me, my hands heat up and I get an anxiety feeling. For Tyrell, I feel like the spirit was trying to communicate with him directly, and it is overwhelming to some people. And when you're more open sensitively, it can drain you when you're not protected like you're supposed to be and shielded. So, like I said, we got him to go outside, take a break, and done a little grounding, and he's feeling a lot better. But we're coming back in the room, and we're going to continue and see how things go from here. Are there any spirits here with us? You can talk to us through this box here.
Can you tell us what your name is? What's your name?
We're getting ready to start packing up. Do you want to talk to us before we go? Can you say hello?